What up, what up, what up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns, back at you again. So we're going to have a quick one for you tonight. We got a little testing tuning, just kind of wrapping up some things that we had in the mix. Let's go ahead and get the housekeeping out of the way. This video is for educational purposes only. We are in a safe and controlled environment. We're not selling any firearms, nor are we selling any accessories. We're not promoting the sale of any firearms, nor are we promoting the sale of any accessories. This is just a product review of my own personal equipment. Cool, so let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy the content, hopefully you hit that subscribe button and come back and see us. If you're a returning viewer, you know I appreciate the support. Appreciate you being along for the ride, and we're going to keep this journey going. So we're doing a little, just a little wrap up here. So last outing, we had the XP Pro that we ran, and let's go ahead and clear it. Magazine is empty. Nothing in the weapon. Safe direction. There we go. So we had this bad boy that we ran, and it had been an ongoing thing. I had sampled with the spring in here that I basically clipped and created a lighter spring, and it just was not going all the way back in the battery. So knew it was the spring, kept forgetting to change it out. Played with it a while to see if it would just free up and run, but it just wasn't enough spring for it. So it just didn't have enough to get this bad boy back in battery. So put the factory spring back in here. So this is just a matter of running this here to make sure that the factory spring did the trick. Had no doubt that it would, but still just want to make sure. So we ran this initially to make sure that was good. Next, we had the Romulus. So this here is our most recent project coming back together. Mag is empty. Weapon is empty. Safe direction. So Alpha Foxtrot Romulus. We got this bad boy back from the ports and opening that comp up. And while that was getting done, threw the Icarus grip on here, Atlas trigger. We kind of dressed up the magwell. That's still factory magwell. And we put the EGW internals in here. So this bad boy here is good to go. But what we were having was the trigger was sticking. So it wasn't resetting. So made the adjustment on that. So this is mainly testing on this to make sure that the reset is fine and that the trigger is going to run on this bad boy. So we took this out for that. Other item that we're testing is we got our Great Lakes Synergy here. So mag is empty. Safe direction. There we go. Put that mag back in for aesthetics. So this is our GLFA Synergy. This bad boy here. Ported. We got the V8 porting up front. EGW internals. Atlas trigger. MPA magwell, and just kind of some color fill, dress that bad boy up. We did get that barrel coated 10 gold. So this one here, start having extractor issues. I changed the ammo. I usually run the Blazer, 124 grain. I got some Fiocchi in, still 124 grain, but the casing on that Fiocchi is slightly different. The rim is slightly different than the Blazer. So it ran through everything else with no issue. But for the Synergy, it was periodically stovepiping. So I figured that's just a matter of the extractor. So I did break this bad boy down and I tuned the extractor. The extractors in these are rough. It barely had a hook on it. I tuned it when I first got it, but it was more so for just tension. I didn't really do any filing on it. But this time around, I took it out and I took the file to it and put a hook on it that had good definition. And then tune it a little bit more and put that bad boy back in. And so this was testing to make sure that it was going to run that Fiocchi and run it with no issues. So we had this for that. And Watchtower. So we ran this bad boy, Watchtower Demolition. Find a safe direction, put that mag back in for aesthetics. So when we initially had the Romulus back out, the concept was to run it next to this Watchtower just to see how it compared, because I figured that's where it would slot in as far as the lineup, as far as performance. So we did that, but didn't really get to run it because the trigger was acting up on the Romulus. So I decided to mix this up as well and kind of run them bad boys again, just kind of get another benchmark and a feel for how they compare. So that's the lineup. First out the gate is our Fusion XP Pro. So let's jump out there and take a look at this footage. Basically just ran a couple of mags through. First mag, slow and steady. Second mag, some double taps. Once we knew we were good as far as reliability, Then just kind of walked around the target and just played with it a little bit for accuracy, and then wrapped up. So let's check that out, then we'll bounce back in. We want to run this XP Pro just to make sure that that factory spring put us right back in pocket as we thought it would. So this is just going to be just a little test run. See how we're looking. Whoa, that was odd. Look at that bad boy. That rod stayed out. Let's drop that mag. What's up with that? What is up with that? Oh wow. Hey, some genius left a piece of paper clip in there. I don't know who that guy is, but that is not a good look. Got to have a talk with that guy about his maintenance. Look at that paper clip left in there from the takedown. Wow. Oh. Gonna have to have a talk with our service tech. All right. Let's start over here. Now, let's see, what target do we want? Big or small? Let's try, well, let's go dead center on the right. Let's see where we are here. It should be in target there. And I went and re-zeroed all these optics here at 10 yards with the bore sight. So let's see how much we're on here. That's pretty close. I think we're on. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna, I might pick up the ported barrel, but I really don't need it. It really does not. So, yeah. Start shooting ground. Okay, let's hit some double taps. We knew factory spring, we put it right where it needed to be. So, as I said before, that was just a self-inflicted wound playing around with that spring. So, actually pretty much jam that target up. Let's see if we can't walk around in the smaller squares. Just for top right, bottom left, top left, top right, bottom right, bottom left, bottom left, bottom right, top right, top left, bottom left. Yeah, so we're dialed in. So we know this here is exactly where it needs to be. We just wanted to confirm that. All right. So as you can see, this bad boy is running reliable. So the factory spring, as we thought it would, put this bad boy right back in pocket. So just kind of wasted some time playing around with that spring, but I didn't want to leave the impression that it was somewhat unreliable. That was strictly on me. That was self-inflicted. If I left the factory spring in from the beginning, it would have been running 100% from the very beginning. So as you can see, we're dialed in here. From there, we moved over to the Romulus. So I'm going to check that bad boy, run that trigger, same concept. Slow and steady to make sure it's going to run, that it's going to reset, and then put some double taps on it to see if it's going to run with a little pace to it. So let's jump out there, check that out. This actually had a twist to it, so I'm not going to ruin the surprise. We'll see if you catch it. So let's jump out there, check out this Romulus, and then we'll bounce back in. All right, so we're back. We have rotated to the Amigos. So last time out, we had our Romulus fresh back from getting the ports, and we had installed a trigger and the grip on the bottom, and we were getting trigger freeze. So resolve. So we just run this bad boy, make sure that's right, and the synergy with the pipe. So we've tuned the extractor. We're gonna run this and see if we're on point. So that's what that's Romulus. We'll go upper left for our target. So we're on. It should be dead center on the plane. Upper left. That was a trigger. That was a trigger run. I don't think I did that. So we're gonna have to see if we can duplicate that. No, it's not me. These grips. Let's do that again. We'll go to the target right to the right of it. That's not by design. I'm getting some rapid trigger runs here. I don't know if that's hammer follow, exactly what you call it, but that's not the design. So we might have to put some tension on that bad boy. I think we got it a little too light. Damn, that's like a homemade flex trigger. All right. So did you catch it? We've got us a mini unintended flex trigger in this bad boy, or FRT, whatever you want to call it. It kind of ran off there. That was surprising, fun, but surprising. Looks like the trigger, I got it a little too light, so I had to add some tension back to this bad boy. I think it was hidden around 1.5 pounds or somewhere in there. It was definitely too light. So, and that came after I put the EGW kit in there. And I first put it back together before I had the EGW kit. It was fine. But when I put that kit in there, that lightened it up even more. So that bad boy was a little too light. So just add a little tension back to it, so it should be fine. But so we ran this. That was the initial run. So we know that's good. So now, next up is the Synergy. So we're going to run this bad boy and make sure we're good on the Extractor. So let's pop back out to the range and see how this bad boy is going to get down. So let's try this Synergy and see if this bad boy is good to go after that Extractor tuning. So we're going to go with that bottom left target. Okay. So ran straight through on the slow and steady. Let's hit it with some double taps and see if we can get the same results. No particular target because we're gonna run it. Okay. I said that Extractor tuning did the job. I love this bad boy. This is a serious flamethrower. Kind of liking the flex trigger on that Romulus, but we're gonna have to fix that. The barrel gets so dirty so quick on this bad boy. It cleans up, but it gets dirty quick as hell, which has to be expected with the ports. But now, that was our main testing. Everything else we know we're running. So it's more of a fun expedition. Main thing was to test that Romulus, test the Synergy, because we want everything to be reliable, and we were confident. So all after that is just fun. So we can just kind of play around with these bad boys. All right. So we did the routine, slow and steady. Make sure it's gonna run. Then add a little pace to it. Put them double taps on it, and this bad boy ran both without a hitch. So we know we're good to go with that Extractor adjustment. Just know if you got one of these, the Extractors, one, they don't take much time when they're fouling them bad boys, when they're setting the angles on them. The one in here is like rough. Even where the hook is, it just wasn't a smooth angle. It was rough. So I had to foul on it quite a bit just to kind of give it the kind of definition that it needs so they could pretty much grab any round and run it. So it should be good to go now. But like I said, it took some time. So we're good on this. So from here, we decide we're good to go on the Romulus. Synergy is good. So that pretty much concludes our testing. So we decided to bring the Watchtower in there and run the Romulus next to this bad boy and kind of get a good feel for it of how it runs with a good trigger. So let's pop back out. We're going to run these bad boys and then we'll come back in and we'll discuss. Romulus and the Watchtower were pretty close when I last had them out, but I couldn't really run the Romulus because we were having the trigger issue with the freeze. So let's run that again, and we're going to run it next to that Watchtower. So let's start. And let's move over to the right side, and we'll do the bottom right target. Hey, homemade flex trigger can get you in trouble. We definitely got to fix that. So let's run this Watchtower. I'll stay on the bottom and just move inside. They feel I don't think there's a huge advantage to the Romulus. These bad boys feel very close to the same. Let's run another one. We'll go to that top empty target up there. Yeah, if I'm back out of frame. So, yeah, this is not going to be a long, drawn out outing here. This is more of a testing. All right. So as you can see, we got a little more flex here, a little more FRT in the Romulus. I like the when that bad boy runs like that, but you can't have it predictable. So I'm gonna adjust that out of there. But it is fun because that bad boy ran like it had a Glock switch on it. It was running off. But as far as comparison of the two, these bad boys are right there together. Performance-wise, they run close. They run neck and neck. It's really preference. It's nuance, one over the other. But they are two very nice pieces. The Vulcan is a little bit smoother than both of them. But once again, it's nuance. I mean, we are really splitting hairs as far as what's what. These bad boys are very close in performance and all are nice pieces. So we've ran these bad boys. Our testing is pretty much done, but we can't run these bad boys without running the rest of them. I usually take them all, and we're still getting around, count up on them. So just to finish off, broke out the Match X, broke out the Mac 9, as well as the Vulcan, and just ran around through that bad boy, ran a magazine through them just to close out the day. And then we wrapped up from there. So let's pop back out, last footage, then we'll come back in and close out. Can't come out and test some of these bad boys without shooting the rest of them. So you might as well run that Vulcan in the mix just because we can. We'll take that bottom inside target from the end. Make sure we're in here. So in frame. So let's get one of them double taps. Get the bounce in the fire on. So, and then we cannot come out without showing the Amigos some love. The semi-OG, well, that's the Match X, but this is the Mac 9. So we're going to go that top target up there from the end. But mainly just running these bad boys. Tell you what, all these bad boys shooting flat as hell. So it's nuance to say what's shooting better than what, because all of them are running too. That's the Super OG. That Match X. So we're gonna go all the way bottom right. Yeah, we're not going to run it beyond that. We got to get up out of here. So we've accomplished our test and tuning. All right, so there you have it. That's the whole game. So we ran them bad boys. This was ideal test session. Everything seemed to work out. The Romulus gave us a twist with the FRT trigger, but that's cool. I've since adjusted that, put a little more weight to it. So it's more around 2 pounds now. So this should be good to go. Hopefully no more FRTs, but we'll see. We'll check that next time we get out there. So next up, we got piece coming in Tuesday. Our Masterpiece arms will be here. That's the IDPA V2. That bad boy is nice. It is nice. So I will be doing the unboxing on that. Like I said, I should have it Tuesday. Depending on how early it comes, I might be able to pick it up Tuesday, might not be able to pick it up till Wednesday. But I'll be rolling that out, so keep out for the unboxing on that. And we are going to build us a fun piece. So when we throwing the AR together, those pieces should start rolling in next week. So that's going to be a nice toy. So that's one that's going to be good for the channel. It is being built specifically to be a toy. It's going to be a 5.56 but it's going to have a twist to it. So stay tuned for that. I'll film that. I'll do the build on it. So we'll put that together, and then we'll take that bad boy out to the range. So that's it for now. It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Check me out on other platforms at Bust Them Guns on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. I always respond. I respond quick. Until next time, holla.